the wandering planet of Luminara. Far beyond the reach of ordinary starlight, there drifted a mysterious planet called Luminara. Unlike other planets that obediently followed their stars in endless orbits, Luminara roamed the galaxy freely, untethered, like a glowing ember floating through the void. It glowed softly, its surface illuminated by a radiant core deep within, giving it the appearance of a celestial lantern in the darkness. Luminara was home to a race of ethereal beings called starweavers. These tiny winged creatures shimmered with an inner light and possessed a gift that no other species in the galaxy could claim. They could weave light into tangible forms. With their delicate hands they shaped bridges of golden light, crystalline cities that glowed like jewels, and even massive ships that floated on beams of radiant energy. For eons the starweavers lived peacefully, creating wonders with their abilities. But their powers came with one unbreakable rule: never weave a star. The story of this rule was passed down through generations, whispered as both cautionary tale and legend. Long ago, a daring starweaver named Oris had sought to bring warmth and brilliance to Luminara by weaving a star of their own. Oris believed that if their planet had its own sun, it wouldn't have to wander in the cold void anymore. With unmatched skill, Oris gathered threads of light from the planet's core and wove them into a star. But as the star ignited, it grew larger and brighter than anyone had expected. Its heat threatened to engulf the planet, and the starweavers had to use all their power to hurl it far into space, saving Luminara but leaving it scarred. Since then, the starweavers vowed never to attempt such a creation again. But not everyone agreed with this rule. Among the younger generation of starweavers was a curious and bold girl named Lyra. Lyra had always been fascinated by the stars that sparkled faintly in the distant sky. To her, the stories of Oris weren't warnings, they were inspiration. She dreamed of creating something as grand and luminous as the stars themselves. One day, while exploring the ruins of an ancient starweaver temple, Lyra stumbled upon something extraordinary: an ancient tapestry woven with patterns of light. Embedded within the tapestry was a detailed design for weaving a miniature star. A star small enough to hover safely above Luminara, providing warmth and energy without threatening the planet. Lyra's heart raced. If I could weave this star, she thought, Luminara would no longer have to drift in the cold darkness. We could create our own path in the galaxy. The elders, however, were firmly against it. When Lyra presented her discovery to the council, they warned her of the dangers. The star is unpredictable, said Elder Orin, his wings flickering with concern. Weaving it could endanger all of Luminara. Oris tried and failed. We must not repeat the past. But Lyra couldn't let go of the idea. Late at night, while the rest of the starweavers rested, she began her secret project. She gathered the brightest threads of light from Luminara's core, carefully spinning them into shimmering strands. She worked tirelessly, her wings dimming as she poured her energy into the creation. Finally, after many days, her masterpiece was complete. As she wove the final thread, a tiny golden star ignited in her hands, its warmth spreading like a gentle sunrise. Lyra held her breath, marveling at its beauty. For a moment, everything felt perfect. But perfection didn't last. The star, though small, began to pulse erratically. Its light flickered and cracks of darkness appeared in the sky above Luminara. The elders awoke to find the planet trembling as the unstable star threatened to unravel. What have you done, Lyra? Elder Orin cried, fear and anger in his voice. Lyra, though terrified, refused to give up. I can fix this, she said, determination shining in her eyes. Drawing on her deepest reserves of strength, she began weaving a massive net of light, something no starweaver had ever attempted before. The net expanded, stretching far into the sky, and with a final burst of effort, Lyra cast it into space. The net caught the unstable star just as it was about to collapse. With a mighty pull, Lyra flung the star far from Luminara. It sailed across the galaxy until it settled into orbit around a barren, frozen planet. To everyone's amazement, the star's light awakened the distant world, melting its icy surface and filling it with life. Green forests began to grow, and shimmering oceans appeared, reflecting the light of the new star. Luminara was safe once again, and Lyra had created something extraordinary. The starweavers gathered to watch the distant planet glowing in the sky, its light a reminder of Lyra's courage and creativity. From that day on, the starweavers no longer feared weaving stars. They realized their powers could bring light and life not just to Luminara, but to other corners of the galaxy as well. Lyra became a hero, her name etched into the stars, and the once wandering planet continued its journey, now with a purpose, to share its light with worlds that needed it most. And so Luminara drifted on, glowing softly in the cosmic sea, a symbol of hope, bravery, and the endless possibilities of creation.